Now, directly before you, the Blue Angels 2012.
Lì đó, bay hình luôn là vãi. Lì.
Cái bánh là xấu.
Ở cả thì nó bay vô lên cả.
From behind the spectator area, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are accelerating to 400 miles per hour and pulling back to the show line. From the left and right, our two solo pilots have turned their smoke on as they commence their approach for the first of their opposing maneuvers. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing 360 pass.
Đâu? Gần nhau lắm rồi. Không. Này biểu diễn hay như thế này á. Đến đây chỉ để coi cái này thôi.
The Blue Angel Diamond will momentarily be making its approach from the right. In relatively slow speed flight, they will give you an opportunity to get a close look at that very minimum 18-inch wingtip to canopy separation that exists between these four aircraft. From the right, the Blue Angel Diamond.
Cách nhau có nhiêu à?
Hay thì các bạn. Mẹ nó lại vô núi nữa rồi.
The sensation of weightlessness or ballistic flight, similar to that experienced by our astronauts in space, will now be felt by our two solo pilots. Approaching center point, Lieutenant Simonson and Lieutenant Tickle will roll their aircraft into a 90-degree angle of bank and push forward on the stick as they perform the opposing knife edge pass.
Nó lì lắm, bay sát hai chiếc luôn rồi. Trời ơi, vãi. Chiếc kia nó lạng rồi, mất tiêu rồi. Diamond đâu rồi, Diamond đâu rồi.
The Diamond is approaching for a maneuver I'm sure is familiar to many of you who may have seen the Blue Angels perform in the past. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Diamond roll. All four aircraft rolling as one in this graceful 360-degree rolling maneuver.
Đổi chiến thuật rồi.
Our two solo pilots are approaching once again, this time to demonstrate the inverted flight capabilities of these FA-18s. Approaching inverted from the left and right, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees over center point. The opposing inverted to inverted roll.
Bay ngược. Rồi nó bay ngược, có bay trên nhau hả? Trời ơi. Dưới vậy? Ghê lắm mày. Nó sợ kìa. Quá tao sợ thiệt á.
To the left, the Diamond is setting up for their next maneuver, the Diamond aileron roll. Approaching center point on a signal from Captain McWhirter, all four pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees. The very precise Diamond aileron roll. Let's listen in.
Nó bật khói rồi kìa, mày sao? Nó xịt khói được, mày không tin tao. Chiếc kia không được, chiếc này mới được. Lì lắm, xịt khói lơm lan. Ê, không chừng hình sẽ nó quay qua đầu mình á. Nó bắt chước chiếc hồi nãy á.
Aircraft pilots and enthusiasts who understand the difficult transition from the cruise to the landing configuration will appreciate this next maneuver demonstrated by our two solo pilots. To the right, Lieutenant Simonson and Lieutenant Tickle will establish a mirror image formation. But look closely, for both aircraft are in the carrier landing configuration as they approach for a maneuver we call the Fortus.
Hai đứa này tình đó. Trời. Mà nó cách xa nhau mà nó bay đó, nó bay trên dưới đó mà nó lừa mình lì đó. 4 thằng bé kia đâu rồi? Người kìa bên trái kìa, 4 thằng bên trái nó bay đến kìa. Feel exactly like I do inside, but I feel so alone again. I try to find a better life. For Navy and Marine Corps pilots who must land their aircraft on the small and sometimes pitching deck of an aircraft carrier at sea, slow-speed flight is just as important as high-speed flight. In order to demonstrate the dirty, slow-speed handling characteristics of these Boeing FA-18s, Captain McWhirter has called for the extension of the landing gear and tailhooks as they execute a maneuver performed by no other jet demonstration team in the world today. From the left, at less than 250 miles per hour, the Diamond Dirty Loop. Trời. To the left, Lieutenant Simonson is approaching to demonstrate the maximum performance turn radius of the FA-18. He'll execute a 7.5G afterburning turn and exit the flight line vertically, showcasing the Hornet's slow speed climb capability. Nó bay thấp quá, không bay cái gì á. Nhỏ. Nó bay vô trong cái núi rồi không bay. Mình bây giờ bị đột kích mấy lần rồi đó.
As the four Diamond pilots approach once again, you should notice a significant modification. While the wingman, Lieutenant Hiltz, and Captain Cordill maintain that minimum wingtip to canopy separation, the flight leader is upside down. From the right, the Blue Angel single Farvel.
Một chiếc upside down rồi. Chiếc ở giữa nó úp xuống á.
From behind the spectator area, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are approaching the show line in a line abreast formation at 400 miles per hour.
Đậu.
Having rolled their aircraft 270 degrees and crossed with minimum separation, let's watch as both pilots sustain 6 times the force of gravity required to cross their aircraft over center point.
Tụi nó làm cái gì vậy?
pilots are now stacked down and aft on a 45-degree bearing line to establish a right echelon formation. From the right, at 350 miles per hour, the Blue Angel Echelon Parade. Setting up for their next maneuver, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are converging on center point to demonstrate the rapid roll rate of the FA-18's fly-by-wire flight control system. Crossing center point, they will complete 2 consecutive rolls, totaling 720 degrees, with a closure rate of over 800 miles per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing horizontal rolls.
Horizontal.
Just like you.
Cái này quay vô cây hoài. Mày thôi.
I could be senseless, you know I could be just like you. You thought you said inside me, you were only in my way. You're wrong if you think that I'll be just like you.
Ủa, mấy bài mới rồi hả?
But you were there to guide me.
Vậy con chim vậy?
To the left, the 4 Diamond pilots have established a left echelon formation. Approaching center point, Captain McWhirter will roll the formation 360 degrees into the 3 wingmen. During this extremely difficult maneuver, Major Stevens on the outpost position will experience 4 times the displacement generated by Captain McWhirter's aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel left echelon roll.
Kìa. Chụp hình á. Đã vậy.
Talk about things that nobody cares. Wearing out things that nobody wears.
Completing the roll to the right, let's watch as the 3 wingmen smoothly shift back into the Blue Angel Diamond.
Con chim sợ mày.
Now the Blue Angels 5 and 6 have your attention. You have seen firsthand the ability of a tactical aircraft at high speed to sneak into a target area virtually undetected. Lieutenant Tickle will complete the maneuver with a series of vertical rolls, while Lieutenant Simonson rendezvous with a diamond to the right.
When I'm in heavy metal, and I'm in that metal. When I land, I'm amazing. I'm the top.
Đâu? Mày vậy không mà thấy.
To the right, Lieutenant Simonson has joined the diamond in a line abreast formation. Still maintaining minimum separation, the pilots must now align themselves by looking 90 degrees from their flight path toward Captain McWhirter's aircraft. Experiencing heavy G, they'll climb straight up into the vertical as they perform the very difficult 5-plane line abreast loop.
Đâu? Đâu từng đây á? Có một chiếc nhá, nó con vô rồi. Rồi nó bay vô cây nữa, ô mày. Phải quay rồi. coi nhìn nó quay lộn đúng
As they exit to the left, Captain McWhorter calls for another formation change prior to detaching Blue Angel number 5.
lát mà cái thằng vô duyên gây bay mình.
You have seen several flight profiles of these FA-18 Hornets. Our 2 solo pilots will now demonstrate precision roll rate control. Approaching center point, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees, pausing after each 90 degrees of roll, crossing center point in the inverted position. The opposing 4-point hesitation roll.
Lây nè. Trời.
From behind the crowd, the 4 Diamond pilots are rolling out in trail formation for a dynamic separation maneuver. Crossing center point, they'll climb straight up into the vertical and shift back into the Blue Angel Diamond.
Chỉ tùm lum mà ba.
Nghe tiếng đón đại hướng nào.
Chị bắn mà không biết tại sao.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel vertical break.
Oh.
Lieutenant Simonson and Lieutenant Tickle are approaching to demonstrate the tactical pitch rate of these FA-18s. Crossing over center point, they'll execute a maximum performance climb with a split S reversal, crossing their aircraft back over center point.
Phải chiếc bay sát mặt nước mà.
Trời tao không đi.
Thấy luôn. Mày không thấy luôn mà.
Nó bị lừa.
Bay bao nhiêu?
Xong thôi.
Gì? Ôi người ta. Nữa kìa.
Không bị lừa nữa đâu.
In front of the crowd, Captain McWhorter is rolling out the Diamond for their next maneuver, the barrel roll break. Pulling into the vertical, he will roll the formation 90 degrees and commence a looping maneuver.
Nó mới đừng vô cây trời.
Wanted to the people, the good and the evil. This is war. To the soldier, the civilian, the martyr, the victim. This is war. It's the moment of truth and the moment to lie.
Rounding out the backside, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the flight line in a separate direction. The very graceful barrel roll break.
Đấy rồi hai thằng kia bay đâu rồi?
To the right, Lieutenant Simonson and Lieutenant Tickle are approaching to demonstrate the slow speed handling characteristics of the Hornet in the clean configuration. They will pass before you, virtually standing Blue Angels 5 and 6 on their tails. At less than 120 miles per hour, the state-of-the-art flight controls provide slow speed handling second to none. From the right, the Section High Alpha Pass. From behind the crowd, Captain McWhorter is rolling out the diamond formation for another dynamic maneuver, the Blue Angel low brake cross. Approaching center point, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the show line in a separate direction.
Trời, vậy sao quay trời?
Each pilot, having accelerated his aircraft to 500 miles per hour, will perform a reversal turn back to the show line. You should be able to follow the individual smoke trails as the 4 aircraft converge on center point with maximum speed and minimum separation.
Tốc cao nhất luôn á.
To the right, our 2 solo pilots are making their approach to the show line. Approaching center point, they will simultaneously roll their aircraft 450 degrees in section. Ladies and gentlemen, the very precise double tuckover roll.
Đúng lẹ.
When will I know that I really can go to the well once more? Time to decide on when it's killing me. When will I really see all that I need to look inside? Come to believe that I better not leave before I get my chance to ride. When it's killing me, what do I really need? All that I need to look inside. Hey, oh, listen what I say.
To your right,
Máy bay
the
đẹp
4
quá.
diamond pilots are setting up for one of the more difficult and dynamic rolling maneuvers, the tuck under brake. Approaching center point in left echelon formation, each pilot will roll his aircraft 270 degrees in ripple fashion, take separation, and rejoin Captain McWhorter in the diamond formation.
When will I really see all that I need to look inside?
Chạy đâu
Come to
cho thấy.
believe that I better not leave before I get my chance to ride. When it's killing